The Random Jottings of Donald J. in Nelson in Pendle, Lancashire. John Moore of Baulehorse Foulridge, Baulehorse Foulridge, Leeds and Liverpool canal. Shellycoats are considered to be relatively harmless. They may mislead wanderers, particularly those they think are trespassing upon the creature's territory, but without malice. A common tactic of a shellycoat would be to cry out as if drowning and then laugh at the distracted victim. Story: John Moore had always been fascinated with the Leeds and Liverpool canal that ran through his hometown of Foulridge. As a child, he spent countless hours watching the barges and boats go by, imagining the adventures that lay beyond the horizon. But it wasn't until he inherited the old ball house from his grandfather that he truly fell in love with the canal and its surroundings. Ball House was an imposing stone structure with a history dating back over 3 centuries. It had been a popular stopover for weary travellers and barges, who would often take advantage of its hospitality and enjoy a hearty meal before continuing their journey. John's grandfather had kept the tradition alive, and John was determined to do the same. One autumn evening, John was sitting on the porch of Ball House, watching the sunset over the canal when he heard a faint cry for help. He jumped to his feet and ran towards the water's edge, where he saw a young couple frantically trying to keep their small boat afloat. They were surrounded by a thick fog, and John could barely make out their faces. "Help us, please!" the woman cried out. "We're lost, and we don't know where we are." John quickly realized that they had been tricked by a shellycoat, a mischievous creature that was said to inhabit the area. But he also knew that he couldn't leave the couple stranded in the middle of the canal, especially as the fog was getting thicker by the minute. With a steady hand, John guided the boat back to Ball House, where he welcomed the couple with open arms. He gave them a warm meal and a comfortable bed for the night, and in the morning, he helped them find their way back to the right path. From that day on, John became known as the guardian of the canal, always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need. He also continued the tradition of Ball House, serving delicious meals to anyone who passed by, and sharing stories and laughter with the travelers who stopped to rest. Years went by, and John grew old, but his love for the canal never faded. He would often sit on the porch of Ball House, watching the barges and boats go by, and telling stories of his adventures to anyone who would listen. And when he finally passed away, his spirit remained, watching over the canal and its surroundings, and guiding lost travelers back to the right path. The people of Foulridge still talk about John Moore of Ball House, the guardian of the canal, and his kind heart that touched the lives of so many. By Donald J.